Since the time when it was revealed that Aizen was going to play a role in this arc, I was at mad hype. I was really hyped about it. But I didn't expect that I have to wait for this moment. I have to wait for a very long time for this moment. And yes, that moment that I was waiting for is here now. Aizen Sama, with all of his glory, finally has entered the battle. And this is where the real battle is going to start. I'm really upset about the fact that we don't have a lot many chapters to cover this fight. I guess this fight might end in like two or maybe one chapter, but hopefully this fight goes well. I hope that, because okay, look, even when you have just one chapter dedicated to a fight, the fight could be really good. Knocking Master Zero is a great example of that. But I am quite happy to see Aizen. This chapter of Bleach was far from being perfect. Okay, it had its good moments, and it had its moments which really pissed me off. Yeah. So let's first talk about what was good in this chapter. Okay, that I actually really liked. First, first of all, let's talk about Aizen, because what we get is Aizen at the very beginning. Apparently, Yhwach did not go to the world of the living, which I actually thought that he would go, but apparently he didn't. He goes back to Soul Society. I don't know for what reason. I guess maybe to take care of Aizen, I guess. But seeing how he has been treating Aizen this whole time, I'm pretty sure that he was considering Aizen a much more of a threat than Ichigo. Because here's a guy who actually attained the level of God, and he was going to go beyond that level. He is extremely strong, he's extremely smart, and he has an ability that can fuck with your mind. The fact that Yhwach might be using his abilities on him could be an illusion. That is how Aizen's powers are. So yeah, he could fuck with Yhwach if he wants. So I'm pretty sure that Yhwach would have considered Aizen to be more of a threat than probably any of the members in the Serete or any of the Wizards or even the Zero Squad or even the War Potentials. He would have considered Aizen to be a top priority. And that's the reason why I guess he went after Aizen at the very end, when he, for himself, was sure that he could take him down. Because you should consider this, okay? You should keep this in mind, alright? Aizen went in this form where he was quite close to being a god. Okay, he was defeated by Ichigo, and I'm using the word defeated very loosely because when Ichigo did his Mugetsu on him, it seems as though Ichigo won, but that wasn't the case. Aizen was patching himself up, and he basically was going a step beyond his current state. He was evolving even more further. It's just that I guess he was out of stamina or something, that the seal was able to seal him. The seal which Urahara implanted in him. But if Urahara wouldn't have thought, uh, he wouldn't have planned out this from the beginning, where he wanted to seal Aizen, Ichigo would have died. Clearly, he would have died. He was out of his spiritual energy in his Mugetsu. Once he was done with that attack, that's it. Ichigo was over. He was done. But Aizen was patching himself up. He was going more stronger than he was before. So yeah, technically speaking, Ichigo didn't really defeated Aizen. It was just the fact that the fight was stopped by Urahara. Anyways, so at this point, where Yhwach knows that Aizen has got stronger, he has got way stronger than he was before, and the fact that possibly he might have the Hogeku inside him, I guess he didn't want to take any chances. So I believe he goes back to the Soul Society to finish Aizen off, because if anyone could be a threat to him is now Aizen, even in his sealed state, by the way. And you know what? Let's just talk about his sealed form, shall we? Because here's a guy, okay, who was strapped down to this seal which kind of works like the Seki stone, which suppresses his spiritual energy. From head to toe, he was strapped with it. Okay? Then he was placed on a chair, which I believe was made out of the same material which sealed him at the very beginning. And then he was placed in this room known as the Mukin, which already more suppressed his energy. And in that form as well, he was able to fuck with Yhwach back when Yhwach was there to meet him, kind of to ask him whether he is willing to join them. So yeah, this is how powerful Aizen is. Okay? And you should remember one more thing. When Aizen was taken out of the Mukin, when he was going to drag down the Soul Palace, Mayuri actually dialed the seals even more. He increased the level of suppression so that it could contain his spiritual energy, but that wasn't working. But still, he didn't dial back to normal. He is still at the dial down mode. Just to keep you guys, just to keep this thing in your mind, guys. He is pretty much fighting Yhwach at probably he's fighting Yhwach at maybe 40% of his strength right now. And the first thing that Aizen does when Yhwach arrives is be chilled out and say, "Welcome to my soul society." That this guy, whoa, this guy is so fucking chilled right now. Holy fuck, this guy has no worries that this dude in front of him, he killed Yamamoto, took away his Bankai. He has an ability that manipulates future. He ate the Soul King, and now his abilities are way more greater. He has, I don't know, thousands of other Quincy abilities and his release form as well. And he is still chilled out. That dude in front of him is nothing in front of him. So they go back and forth in a dick measuring contest, and then we see Uryu, who, of course, is heading to the portal, and Ishin and Ryuken arrive. Now, I am hoping that this is not their last appearance. I hope that they do more than just giving Uryu that arrowhead. I hope that they do play a role in the fight. But if they don't, I won't be surprised. I just wish that they would. That's what I'm saying. I just wish. Okay? Now, the arrowhead is basically made out of. So, what Ryugen explains this to you is that when the Ashfallen takes place, a silver blood clot forms in the heart of the Quincy, you know, and they show in a panel a flashback that was shown to us a few chapters ago, where Ryuken was hacking his wife's body, and he forged this arrowhead out of that silver that could potentially be, used against Yhwach. Maybe, probably. I don't know how much of this will work, but hopefully it will. Okay. Now, like I said, I don't know if I could say it is a good moment or bad. It's good that we saw Ryuken and Ishin. It's always good to see them. But the fact that the Ashfallen, the people who are exposed to that light die with a blood clot, it's kind of far-fetched, because a lot of people did not die when the holy selection took place. They didn't. Including Uryu, Ryuken, Basby, Nanana, and a bunch of others. But then there were some who completely were disintegrated. Completely disintegrated. So this does not explain how this works. Okay, it does not explain how the selection works or how they die. Okay, maybe some just disintegrate, and some just create this silver clot in their heart. I guess maybe the ones who are not disintegrated, maybe they die this way. I guess maybe. So then we cut to Ichigo and Renji, which I don't know why they are moving forward to get to Yhwach. Shouldn't it be more better if you guys would regroup, heal yourself, and then go back to Yhwach? Maybe you would have a better chance. Like, it is pretty evident that Ichigo is not in a condition to fight, because even when running towards the Soul Society, towards the other end of the portal, he still is having problems with that. So yeah, he is not in a good shape. Okay? He's absolutely not in a good shape, and yet he is still running with Renji. And I hope that others will follow him. But for now, they are going over there. Now Renji kind of mentions that how Ichigo's involvement kind of repaired the damaged relationship between Rukia and Renji. So in exchange of that he would support him and fight with him for all of his lifetime. I mean, it kind of is good, but it it kind of also is like a death flag. I'm just putting it out there. Yeah, they have their conversation of how Ichigo helped him out. Like, not helped him out directly, but because of Ichigo's involvement with Rukia, Renji was able to connect to her back again, where for 40 years had any they didn't even had any eye contact with each other. They were so separated from each other. So yeah, it's actually good to see that. Good to see some insight over what Renji thinks about Ichigo and thinks about uh, their whole journey up till now. But here's what I didn't really like: them interrupting Aizen and Yhwach. You know, Yhwach basically attacks Aizen, and that destroys the chair. And Aizen is like, yeah, well, you know what? At least I could thank you for getting rid of that thing, and now I actually have enough strength to stop you. So, Yhwach is like, so are you going to, out of all people, are you going to be be the protector of the society? And he's like, well, no, not really. And I don't want to be any protector or anything. It's just that I don't like you, and I don't like anyone who's above me. So I'm just going to fuck with you. I'm just going to kick your ass just because you think that you are better than me. Now, with the Aizen situation going on over there, these two monkeys arrive. And you know what happens? Nothing. They do jack shit. Ichigo and Renji try to attack Yhwach. No, nothing happens. Yhwach smacks them away, breaks Ichigo, not break, but cracks Ichigo's sword again. Which I don't know why it didn't break. He said Yhwach says that Ichigo has some good fortune with him right now, which I don't understand what is different from that a few chapters ago. Like this was like 5 to 10 minutes ago if we look at the time which has been spent, probably even 15 minutes ago, let's say. Yeah, that's how it is. Just by altering the path, I don't think that it would have changed much, because in the end Yhwach still can see his entire road, from where he's going to go. So if he can see that, implanting a future where his sword is going to break would not be such a big deal. It would be as if he did before. Then why didn't his sword break? I have no idea. This also pisses me off. What is different? What did Ichigo do which was different over here? What? Anyways, I guess Yhwach is going to do something in the next chapter to Ichigo again. As far as Aizen is concerned, now Aizen is still sealed. Okay, he's not yet out of those bandages. Okay, and I think he's still fighting at probably only, let's say, 60%, or not even 60, maybe 40% of his original strength. Original, I mean the new evolved form strength. Okay, probably he's just fighting at maybe 40% of him. And I think that this fight is going to go like that of knocking Master Zero from Toriko, because In that fight, when Knocking Master Zero was fighting these blue Nitros, what happened was he was unsealing the seals during that fight. And I think that is going to happen where while fighting Yhwach, he is going to unseal those seals and then reveal his complete true strength, like this complete new form, like 100% form. And I'm waiting for that moment. And I hope that Cooper does not fuck this up. I'll be so fucking pissed if he does that. Okay? Anyways, what do you guys think about this chapter? Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Till next time.